Now shift attention over to France. Paris has been witnessing violence and unrest on the streets the last few days after a 17-year-old teenager was shot dead at a traffic stop this week. His name is Nahel. In the ensuing protests, close to 13,000 people have been arrested and over 500 police personnel have been injured. Over 40 vehicles, oil bus depots, Marseille's largest public library and several places have been set on fire. Over 40,000 police personnel have been deployed on the ground in an effort to calm this chaos. While speaking to journalists, the French President Macron said, and let me quote, nothing justifies the death of a young man, but Macron's attendance at an Elton John concert has also garnered much criticism. In fact, the French president also dropped plans to attend an EU summit on Friday owing to these protests.
There is an unacceptable instrumentalization of the death of a teenager, which we all deplore. But this time should be about contemplation and respect. In the face of this, I formally condemn those who are using this situation and this time to try and create disorder and target our institutions. The responsibility they bear is damning, and I firmly condemn, we all do, this pure and unjustifiable violence that has no legitimacy.
Ces violences pures et injustifiables qui n'ont aucune légitimité.
For more details, CNN's Nick Robertson joins us live from Paris. Thank you for joining in, Nick. Can you tell us more about the protests, especially about the severity of these protests?
The severity of the protests appears to have eased off overnight, particularly in Paris, Marseille, and a higher level of violence there, and also in Lyon, where shots were fired and 2 police officers were injured. And the Interior Ministry today now sending their elite anti-riot police to Lyon as a measure, particularly because of that incident of the shooting. But overall, what we've seen is from Friday compared to Thursday, more police on the streets, up from 40,000 to 45,000. They now have bigger, stronger armoured vehicles. There is a ban on big public gatherings. Buses and trams have been taken off the road after 9 p.m. in the evening. But actually, the number of detentions has gone up. Police detained over 1,300 people. But the number of incidents, the number of vehicles burned, the number of police attacked, the number of schools destroyed, the number of city halls destroyed, that actually went down last night. So I think there is a collective hope that maybe the government's security measures are going to work. But of course, today, Saturday, has been a particularly tense time because the funeral for Nahel, the 17-year-old who was shot and killed by the police, has literally just taken place on the street behind me at a mosque attended by perhaps 1,000 or so mourners.
Right. And as you rightly pointed out, Nick, the funeral of Nahel has started in the Paris suburb of Nanterre, where he lived. Give us a sense of the atmosphere.
Yeah, it was very respectful. We were outside the mosque. There were many mourners, hundreds of mourners outside the mosque on the street taking part in those prayers, as well as, of course, all the mourners inside the mosque. Nahel's body will be taken away for burial this afternoon. But a very quiet, very respectful service without violence, which is exactly what his mother had called for. She welcomed anyone to come. She said that she wanted people to be respectful. So in terms of the funeral, it's been everything that a mother could hope it would be. A lot of people, a lot of respect, a lot of compassion being observed. I think the broader concerns in the community here in Nanterre because the service took place not far behind me, and more widely across the country. What's the ripple effect tonight? Are the tensions going to stay really high, escalate, or are they going to go down?
All right, many thanks to you, Nick Robertson, for bringing in all those precious inputs from Paris.